The most important reason that I chose medicine as a career was probably because my parents were involved in medicine. My father was a pediatrician. My mother worked in his office. From the time I was very little, maybe 3 or 4 years of age, I used to make rounds with him. I used to make house calls in the days that people made house calls. But ultimately, perhaps the better question is actually, why do I still enjoy medicine as a career 30 years into it? I think the answer to that is because it's scientifically interesting, it's cognitively challenging, and I really like the interaction with patients. It's probably one of the few fields that ties together science and humanity into one profession. Perhaps the most rewarding part of the medical profession is the ability to see patients go from being sick and afraid to being recovered and healthy. This is particularly true when you deal with patients with heart failure who eventually require heart transplantation or mechanical assist devices, and you can watch them recover over the course of the 3 to 6 months as you care for them. This is very rewarding. In general, the one question I would like my patients to ask me more often is, does this impact my family members or my children? Many of the illnesses that I care for involve hereditary diseases, and the patients don't necessarily understand that this can affect their brothers, can affect their sisters, can affect their offspring. And I wish they would have that conversation with me a little bit more often. There's a lot of things patients might not know about me. Beyond being a physician, I happen to be a lawyer. But if you really asked me what I wanted to do when I was growing up, I would have told you that I wanted to be a fighter pilot. And I never got to be a fighter pilot, but I do fly airplanes. And to that point, my wife won't fly with me. That's another thing my patients don't know. I love skiing. I love bicycle riding. Haven't had much time to do that, but the profession can be all-encompassing sometimes. But the answer to your question is, I really like flying airplanes. I am Dr. Mark J. Zucker. My mission at Jefferson is to improve lives.